Be sure to follow me on TikTok because I will be making some exclusive content here that I will not be showing anywhere else. What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. Everybody's so focused on these current prices, but they don't actually see these massive ascending channels. What does this mean? Big cup, drop, big cup, pump, drop, big cup. What do you think happens next? We have the weekly RSI getting in a great position for Kava, and of course the XRP price chart is primed. Look at this fractal right here. We have this cup and handle forming, double bottom on each side. This is OGN. We discussed this on TikTok, guys. Links are in the video description. And here's my TikTok, guys. Here's a few things I've posted thus far, goofing around with my car, of course, telling you how I lost over $6 million and sharing a few tips as well. And here's a story of me sharing how I turned $50,000 into well over $500,000 in a very short period of time by just doing a few swing trades and being patient. No leverage, just waiting. You can find all my socials in the pinned comments of this YouTube video or in the video description. But anyways, as we can see, OGN shot, tried to challenge, and crashed in the past. That would suck if XRP does dump from these levels, but as you can see, what was the recovery like? DAG did the same move. It crashed, people sold after a 74% crash, and yeah, DAG of Constellation is at an all-time high price yet again, all the way up here somewhere. And we've been killing it, so I'm beyond happy for everybody that held through the storm. You have to believe in your asset when nobody else does. However, we have other data where we're seeing some assets really shoot, so keep an eye out. And of course, this is simply a fractal. I'm not telling you every candle has to be the same, but you get the idea. We're looking for something to rhyme and additional insight for future moves after these golden crosses. Coming back to this level, we can see the golden cross back here, right there, and there was a few weeks before it finally went parabolic. And as you can see, the weekly RSI rejected, went down, and then finally popped and pierced. And this is where some assets are at. So if you continue to see other assets, compared to their previous May all-time high, blasting through, and yes, we have like 10 plus that I've seen so far, and they're leading the way for me. This is more confirmation that I think other assets explode. One of the biggest things for XRP could very well be PolySign and its subsidiary Standard Custody. We're familiar with the founders, Arthur Brito, the founder of the XRP Ledger, David Short, CTO of Ripple, and of course Jack McDonald right here. Many people are paying attention to the retail side, but are still ignoring Standard Custody and what this will do for all digital assets in the institutional space. You need security, you need infrastructure, you need regulation, and then it is game time for the floodgates to finally open for the trillions of dollars that we've been discussing since the cryptocurrency market was below 200 billion. And today we are well over a 10x at over $2 trillion in global market capitalization for the valuation of all cryptocurrencies. The dot-com bubble was approximately $5 trillion, and that was 20 years ago. That was information. This is value. With more money that has ever been printed in all time, and Bitcoin still the king for now, at almost a $1 trillion market cap. I don't care if this sounds stupid or impossible to you, but there's going to be many other assets that surpass a $1 trillion market cap and beyond. Another 20x from here and XRP's at $1 trillion. That's a $20 XRP. As we know, there is well over $155 trillion sent across the globe. We have not even gotten started. And here's something you may have seen before: how much money exists in the entire world in a single chart. Here's the valuation of silver. $17 billion. Nothing. XRP's past that. Cryptocurrency. When Bitcoin is at 100 billion, well, we're way past that. And the rest held a capitalization of 45 billion. So this number is getting much, much bigger. You can see some of the biggest companies like Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft, Alphabet, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. And then here's the 50 richest people, which is still bigger than the majority of these companies. California's GDP alone. And of course, DAG of Constellation is actually going right after the $80 trillion plus that exists in GDP. Here's the Fed's balance sheet. It's much bigger now. Additional currencies. Gold's market cap when it was at $7 trillion, today it is over $11 trillion. And then get this. The global stock market when it was at 73 trillion. We've been covering this. Look how big this is. The US, UK, Japan, China, the Euro area, and the rest of the world. Now compare this to the cryptocurrency market. Quite the difference, even if you consider the $2 trillion in crypto today. We actually know back in November, it was as high as $100 trillion, with more money that has been printed than ever before. Cryptocurrency market of $2 trillion today. We're talking 2% of what exists. And those protocols that will own a fraction of the network will actually be transacting this value. It's not competing. It's going to be the infrastructure that actually helps this value get transacted. And then here's the global money supply. Total value of the world's easily accessible money is over 36 trillion. Banknotes, checking deposits, coins, etc. And then broad money, 90 trillion plus. And crypto is just like this, basically. Just a tiny little portion of all of this. Yes, the cryptocurrency market is obviously and conservatively going to surpass $10 trillion in valuation at some point. People still call certain stocks a scam. People still call certain cryptos a scam. Some people call FX and other derivatives a scam. This is merely a social construct. And then the global debt, well over $200 trillion. Global real estate, well over $200 trillion and growing, no surprise. With markets at an all-time high price. And we're seeing more and more mortgage lenders actually accepting Bitcoin and more cryptocurrencies. Now, although the real estate market is $200 trillion plus, you have commercial real estate, which is a small portion, which is actually most easily tokenized or will be in the future. So instead of you having, say, a 200-unit building, and you wanted to invest a certain amount of money, you didn't have that much money, you could buy a fraction of that apartment. Or you could buy a fraction of said condo, maybe 1,000 square feet, and you own it. And as rent is coming, just like a REIT, a real estate investment trust, you can have cash flow via dividends with stock or some type of dividend or cash flow with these REITs, but they'll be tokenized. And the benefit of this is you and I don't have to be a accredited investor. You don't have to have over $1 million or over $250K in the bank to become an accredited investor. Blockchain, DLT specifically, has no borders. It's about financial inclusion. They don't care where you're from. They don't care your gender, your color, your age. You're able to have equal opportunity. That's the idea, at least. So imagine even having $5K invested and owning a fraction of a condo, giving you cash flow each and every day, allowing your money to work for you. And this money needs to be transacted. And of course, we have custody, which just has a banking charter now in the state of New York, no big deal. And the most obvious ties of XRP behind all of this. And the gentleman that basically custodied 1/4 of the world's wealth, BNY Mellon. Don't even get me started on State Street, another massive custodian. What is it, roughly 10% of all the world's wealth? And they both said they're coming into blockchain and cryptocurrency. This is obvious. Let's keep going to the crazy stuff now. So 200 trillion, cool. So cryptocurrency, 2 trillion. Global real estate, commercial, residential, etc. is well above 200. So this is over a 100x of where we are today. I don't think people fathom what this means. Come to this website, marketscapof.com. You can pick any asset you want. You can pick ADA. And let's see how much market cap it would take ADA to actually surpass Ethereum. If so, Cardano would be valued at almost $12. I love this tool. You can play with XRP. And as this market's growing, it will be interesting. So 2 trillion today. 5 trillion for the dot-com bubble. 200 plus trillion for real estate. And next, if you guys watched my latest video, the one right before this one, which is an absolute must-see, it actually got way less views, we covered the derivatives. Now, this is years ago. The low end was $544 trillion. Today, that's well beyond 700 to 900 trillion. And yes, it's actually far beyond $1 quadrillion now. The high end right here, 1.2 quadrillion. Well, this is a few years ago, and if you haven't been paying attention, QE has been making a big difference. The inflation rates are driving people to hedge against inflation and find additional streams of income. Realizing at a 9 to 5, you're just a number. And if you're an employee that loves your job, awesome. I absolutely am happy for you. But you still also have to realize that there's risk in anything. And for me, the biggest risk is not doing anything at all and just watching all of this pass by. Nothing I share here is financial advice. I am a guy that is passionate about the cryptocurrency market. I am a work in progress trying to lead by example, but $2 trillion divided by 1 quadrillion times 100, this is 0.2% of all of that money in the derivatives market. What do you think R3 is working on? They've already said they're going after capital markets. Who else just had a podcast about capital markets? The CEO of Standard Custody, Jack McDonald, and I showed you him name-dropping XRP on why it's superior to other assets. This is just one of the million reasons why I am so confident. Even Jack McDonald right here, CEO of Standard Custody. I got into blockchain because I am confident digital assets are the future of finance. 2021 is the year for digital asset adoption onwards. Right here, Standard Custody at it again. James Malgieri, board member, brings his mastery and background in banking from BNY Mellon. Just like Tim Keeney. We have Sapphire Inc. in Perum Systems. James has been recognized with the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award from GI Magazine. And I know some people are going to say, oh, who cares? Do you understand how powerful these people's networks are? The Bank of New York? Matthew Mellon had so much XRP. We've already shared how he lost, what was it, hundreds of millions of dollars or over $1 billion years ago? And of course, rest in peace, Matthew Mellon. My condolences to his family as well. But these people have skin in the game. And as always, the retail investor can't afford to wait just a few weeks or few months. But institutions are willing to wait years to make hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's the difference in why they typically win, because they're just more patient. Flare Networks is another step closer to coming live, and if you guys want to be an FTSO data provider for the Flare Time Series Oracle, essentially, just like Community Flare says, the heartbeat of the entire network, getting all of those accurate price feeds in a decentralized manner, well, data providers actually earn 80% of the yearly inflation. Help Flare Networks become even more decentralized. So I shared this. The blog is available on flare.xyz. This is exciting. Also, wanted to take a quick poll. I thought this would be helpful for any newcomers that are maybe new to the market. Which is your favorite to kind of look at price? Now, I know, of course, we have Blockfolio or FTX. There's Coin Paprika, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap.com. And I kind of wanted to see what some other people said. I laughed at this. Mine is Kevin Cage. World Coin Index. We have Live Coin Watch, that's accurate live feeds. Check this out, so you can see the live pricing always changing. We have Masari.io, absolutely, this is a great place. And yes, CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. It was acquired for what, a few $100 million, maybe more in the past? CoinStats, okay, interesting. Yeah, and CoinCompare.com, I've heard good things too. Yep, I use TradingView. You guys know me, I use TradingView. I have all my colors and stocks over here. Also, guys, links are in the video description, and just screenshot this or save this coupon code. It's just live-Kevin. You can get 20% off all crypto wallets. This will be expiring soon, so feel free to take advantage. I'll retweet this as well. Actually, let me retweet this. Okay, cool. As the market's moving up, you have Minneapolis Fed president saying the crypto market is garbage. There's thousands of garbage coins. And I agree, there's plenty of garbage coins, but only to distract from the coins that are meant to provide true utility to the financial system in the future. And actually, you know what? That's too small thinking. It's not just the financial system. I really typically say the financial system to kind of get people used to the idea of exchanging with crypto assets. But anybody that's well researched, you know that this is going to be much bigger than just value, much bigger than the silly .com bubble. This is going to eclipse everything. So please recall the trillions, hundreds of trillions, even quadrillion dollars that we're discussing. If I see one but market cap comment in this YouTube video, I'm going to facepalm. All market cap is last traded price times circulating supply. It is a fugazi. It doesn't exist. Nothing but a social construct. That didn't stop Apple, Amazon, Tesla from reaching insane valuations. And the funny thing is that the tokens that have finite supplies like XRP and a very minute burn rate to protect from spam will slowly eat at the supply. But you know what eats at the supply even more? People holding. So instead of 40 billion in circulation, what if there's only 3 billion in circulation? Well, when it's needed, it slowly drives the price up in the order books. This is all just Econ 101, token economics. Also guys, Google search volume for NFT marketplace OpenSea reached an all-time high last week. And we can see that they have hit $1 billion in trading volume in August alone. Now, whatever your opinion on NFTs, there's going to be a future market for this, obviously. And just like any bubble, there's some silly things that sell. But it's necessary for the growth and adoption of these ecosystems. We have LSE News joining Hedera's governing council to advance the university's growing research and commercial outreach in not just blockchain, but all DLTs, providing opportunities for students and faculty related to hackathons. And I did see that HBAR just had an exciting announcement with Filecoin, FIL, one of the highest funded projects in all of the cryptocurrency market. Look what Crypto Addy found, liquidity! Ripple the company participates in a funding round for a new cryptocurrency startup in the Philippines, so this will be an exchange. Can you say more XRP on-demand liquidity participants? Yes, I can, and I just did. They raised approximately $12.5 million in funding, and the Philippine corridors are live, sending XRP today. And that number will be growing. This is called the Philippine Digital Asset Exchange, easy enough to remember, PDAX. And this funding round was led by an undisclosed UK-based venture capitalist firm. Union Bank's venture arm UBX also joined the round. Existing investors include CMT Digital, BNext Ventures, and Ripple also participated. I love how they put Ripple right at the end, like no big deal. Keep an eye on this. So thank you Crypto Eddie for sharing. With financial giant Mitsubishi UFJ, MUFJ, that seems familiar. Well, MUFJ is actually a core commercial banking subsidiary of Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, aka MUFG, one of the largest banks in the world. Oh yeah, and they're a Ripple partner, along with HSBC. Just like Antoinette here was previously Chief Compliance Officer over at Ripple before coming here to work for PolySign, and spent some time here at PFG, the shadow regulator, and 15 years at MUFG and HSBC. And speaking of Coinbase launching in Japan, XRP Crypto Wolf goes on to emphasize this, and this is so true. XRP will be the first crypto to experience the Coinbase pump twice once XRP is relisted. Of course, the Coinbase pump was way bigger years ago. And again, my personal belief, not financial advice, guys, this is solely my opinion from my personal research in the years I've been looking at this stuff, is that XRP is just not meant for the average person. It's meant for the institutional side. We've already seen all the integrations with PayPal, huge credit card issuers that King Solomon found. I've discussed the DTCC, Finastra, Finabler, ACI, CGI, all the biggest groups in the world, Accenture. Yet they're still building on XRP on the back end. But even PayPal, Venmo, they just list the basics, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, because it's not meant for us. Also, really quick throwback too, exactly 1 month ago, XRP was at 53 cents. Yikes. And this is really just a way to look at perspective and understand how quickly your life can turn around right when you're close to giving up. Do not give up. Things get better. Darren Moore with an awesome quote I like. Luck is a word used to describe the success of people you don't like. And a few things to finish up this video. Anders L. The more irrational the market is in the short term, the higher the chance of making huge profits in the long term. That is if you invest in the right thing, undervalued utility coins. And man, Anders has been crushing it. XRP, QNT, XTC, very happy. And I know we're in the bull run, so all of these assets really just take turns and go at different times. Provided you're not just selling coins at the bottom to chase something that's all the way up here, I think you're going to be okay. I love that DAG is absolutely blasted to all-time highs each and every week. And I'm focusing on the assets that are well below the extensions. XRP is below. API 3 is well below. And the market cap is much smaller. ADA is leading the way, is a high cap. And DAG is leading the way as a low cap. QNT is leading the way. And I believe a lot of these other assets are going to move in due time. And if I didn't name yours, just go check, look at the fib retracements, and go look on the charts. And yes, I will be doing a live stream for patrons. For Cage's Trade members, we're going to be scoping out the next opportunity. And of course, once you get to level 7, we catch even a 50% move, that's a $50,000 profit. The thing is, most people are not patient enough to let these moves come to pass. They try to make 1 million trades per day. That's not the way I do it. I wait. Alright guys, we're calling it a day. Links are in the video description. We have the Ledger Live coupon code to get 20% off everything. Be sure to follow me on TikTok because I will be making some exclusive content here that I will not be showing anywhere else. Catch you in the next video.